accidentally did my makeup way too dark today. Every time I do my makeup too dark, I think I learned my lesson, and every time I do my makeup too dark. But I guess it kind of goes along with today's video, because I have another scary story for you, and my voice is fucked. This is gonna take a while to get through. So scary makeup, scary dark emo makeup, and a scary story. It's perfect. I got this story sent to me by two different people, and I'll link both of their Instagrams down below so you guys can go look at them because they're beautiful. So if you guys haven't seen one of my scary story videos, I'm sorry that I keep looking down. My phone is here and I get distracted really easily. Basically what I do is I find a story, or I'll have you guys send me stories that you find on No Sleep, which is a subreddit, and I read them. Story time. Literally. So the story is called My Friend Went Missing, But She Left a Google Doc. My friend THALIA has gone missing, along with her family and almost 5 of our other friends. I came to her house last night because we had pre-made plans. The front door was wide open, the lights were all on, but no one was home. Naturally, I tried to call the police, but for whatever reason, the landline wasn't working. So I called them on my mobile phone. However, that wasn't working either. So I drove back to my house, told my parents, and came back here with my dad, with the police on the way. While we were waiting, I went into THALIA's room and found her laptop open with a Google document filled with writing, and this is what I found. My name is THALIA Reed. I am 19 years old. I'm currently living with my parents, Colin and Margaret Reed, in our house situated in Glenfield, Sydney. My memory is failing. 5 minutes ago, I came into consciousness in the middle of a field just by my house. It is currently 12:31 a.m. and I'm making these notes in case my memory fails again. I walked home from the field and went straight into my parents' room. Their bed was unkempt and obviously had been slept in. However, they were not there. I checked the entire house for clues as to where they might have gone, but I haven't found any signs. I tried to call the police from my landline, but the line was physically cut off. I tried to use my phone, but wasn't receiving any signal. I'm going to check out the field where I came into. I woke up in the middle of a road this time, with the truck almost inches from my face. Luckily, years of gymnastics helped me get out of the way without suffering any major injuries. Just scraped my knee a little. The road I woke up in was miles from my house. I took a cab back home, and it is now currently 3:23 a.m. I blocked out for 3 hours. There are a couple things I've noticed. 1. My stomach has been really acting up. It might be the effect of coming into and out of consciousness so violently, but I'm not entirely sure. 2. I found my mother's ruby necklace, which she has never taken off since my father first gave it to her. It was lying in the grass by the field where I woke up. 3. There were mounds of freshly dug dirt in the field, and a very muddy shovel. I used the shovel to dig up the dirt, but there was nothing there. I might go and dig some more, but I wanted to write this before I did. 4. I have a tiny bit of blood on my sleeve. It might have been from the tumble with the truck, but I'll investigate further. I'm going to go directly to the police station now. I just realized that probably would have been a better place to go instead of back home. I'm a bit stupid. I blacked out on the way to the police. When I woke up, I was in a basement. There was a wretched smell in there, so I had to get out right away. I don't know exactly where I am, but I wanted to start writing immediately, so I'm on my phone. I'm in my friend Kayla's house, but nobody's home. Surprise, surprise. The time is currently 9:40 a.m., and I blacked out for 6 hours this time. If the pattern is as it seems, I have less conscious time and more unconscious time. I probably only have 10 or so minutes left on this round, so I'm gonna go collect data. Kayla's dead. She and her family were the terrible smell in the basement. I didn't even realize until I saw them that my whole outfit was dyed in their blood. I need large tank railroad Minto come find me. And now this goes back to the original girl who was writing it, so this is no longer the document. The last message is pretty cryptic, which is why I'm posting it on Reddit to see if anyone can solve it. I know the area, but not that well. I don't know where she could be. I'll keep you guys posted if anything changes, or if she types in the Google Doc again. There was a brief moment where an anonymous koala popped up in the doc, but nothing was typed. And that was the end of part 1. I'm gonna go into part 2 though. A lot has happened since the last post. It's been insane, but I have time to write now, so I'll try to write as much as I can. All of my friends who were missing were found dead. The police told me and I broke the news to my friends. Haley and Amin cried in each other's arms for hours. Rowan and I went on cycles of staring at the ground, watching the others and playing on our phones. But I think Daryl's reaction was one that unnerved me the most. Kayla was Daryl's girlfriend. He came to my house where we all agreed to stay for the night. The first thing he asked as he came through the door was, "Is it true?" We had been talking about it over the phone for almost an hour, so there was no doubt that he knew it was true. He just desperately wanted the whole thing to be a joke or some mispronounced words on a phone conversation. When I denied him of that, he just walked into the bathroom, slammed the door behind him, and screamed. It's hard to describe in text what it sounded like. It sounded like he was trying to rip out his throat with just his voice, like all of the pain in the world in the form of a sound, like he was trying to scream Kayla back to life. For a long time, I stared at the Google Doc, waiting for something to change or someone to log in. There was the brief moment I described in the last post where somebody appeared but nothing was written. The police gave us a day to mourn. I spent the day with my friends, comforting them, talking about Kayla and Kara, about the time that Kayla and Kara began laughing at each other's laugh, which triggered a chain reaction resulting in the most wheezy night of our lives. We talked about Jake and Sandoz and the time Jake accidentally shouted "fucking butt nuggets" without knowing our uptight history teacher was right behind him. We tried our best to lift each other's moods, but the night ended in a pool of tears. The next day, a detective guy from the investigations unit came to talk to us. He told us in his most phony, "I'm very concerned for you boys," how sorry he was. He told us to inform him right away if we hear any word from THALIA. He also told us not to go onto the Google Doc anymore, as it was technically a form of evidence and can't be tampered with. He tried his best to sound like he was on our side, but I wasn't stupid. Their number one suspect was THALIA, and their highest priority was to stop her at any cost, even her life. I couldn't protect Kayla, I couldn't protect Kara or Jake or Sandoz, but I'm not letting THALIA die too. I couldn't trust some of my friends. I've known them for years, and I know which of them would tell the police and which of them would understand the situation. So I took Daryl and Rowan, and together we tried decoding the last message THALIA had left. "Large tank, railroad Minto, come find me." We spent hours driving around Minto, near the railroad, but there were so many tanks littered around the place, it was impossible to know which one she was talking about. Then Rowan pointed out something so obvious, I felt like an idiot for not realizing it. The tank THALIA was near had to be near some sort of sign that told her she was in Minto. First, we checked a large tank near the station. We screamed so loud, I swear even a deaf person wearing headphones a mile away could have heard us. Daryl had already blown out his voice earlier on, and Rowan and I didn't hesitate to join him. After searching around that tank for about 4 hours, we gave up, deciding we would try again tomorrow. The car ride back was a sullen one. Nobody spoke, and the air was thick with disappointment. But I wasn't disheartened. The entire way back home, I was searching frantically for things that matched what THALIA might have seen. Then, like the bloody brilliant person I am, I saw it. A huge tanker car with its tires popped off, perched on the edge of a road that ran alongside the railway, a few meters off from a sign reading, "Welcome to Minto." We stopped the car and made one last exhausting search. I pushed my voice till it felt like my throat was bleeding. I was on my way back to the car to get a drink of water walking past the tanker. I casually glanced at the vehicle, a large rusting piece of junk that had obviously been abandoned quite a while ago. But I had to double back after a flash of white caught the corner of my eye. A note, written on paper right underneath the tire. "Princess, I'm assuming you will find this because you are you. I know you'll believe me when I say it wasn't me that killed our friends, but please don't tell the police about any of this because they won't. In any case, I'm acting under the assumption that they've already found the Google Doc, which is why my last message was so cryptic. You have been my best friend since childhood, and I'm putting my faith in you to decrypt it. I need your help to save me, but I'm going to ask you for something you'll probably hate. I don't completely understand what's happening to me, but if I ever seem like a danger to you, please kill me. We've always said that that was a super cliche thing for movies and stuff, but I really need you to do that for me. I don't want to hurt anyone. Come find me, Cher." My eyes were brimming with tears, and my smile was stretching my face to ungodly proportions. Both Rowan and Daryl were slightly confused. Cher wasn't the name of anyone they knew. Why was it addressed to Cher? As kids, THALIA and I used to play at Kingdoms. She would be Queen Tanara, and I would be Princess Cher. They were made-up names born from the spastic minds of 4-year-olds. But Queen Tanara was far too clever to use my real name when the police were involved. I'm in the car right now, typing up this post, on the way to the secret place encrypted in the message. The most important line of the note to me was the last one. When I first saw the Google Doc, I thought, "Come find me" was THALIA's desperate plea for rescue. But her repetition placed a degree of importance to the line. And as I thought about it, one memory from childhood grew stronger and stronger. "Come find me, Queen Tanara." Back at my old house, we used to frequent these woods near our park. They were dense and winding, and more than once we had almost gotten completely lost in them. But other people always played at the park, and we didn't like other people. The forest place was our sanctuary, a place that was ours, alone. In that forest is a little cave. Not deep enough to be called anything but a hole, but large enough for a 4-year-old to call it a cave. Hiding in that tiny, dark cave, I used to scream and call for my queen as she fought off giant beasts and slayed hideous monsters to save her princess. Queen Tanara was so strong and fierce, even if it was only against the ghosts of her imagination. Guess it's my turn to play. And that's where I'm gonna end it. I'm so sorry. So let me know if you guys want to hear part 3. And as always, I will link the story down below. So you can either read ahead if you want, or you can wait for me to read it. Whatever your heart desires. But it makes me so happy that you guys actually send me stories. I'm like, wow, you do like me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! So I am on my... Let's go? I don't know. I know the aerial... The next day, a detective from the... So I actually got this story sent to me by two of the same people. Yeah, two of the same people sent me the same story. Holy shit!